Hi, putain, c'est chaud. Attends, 3 secondes. Je me mets en condition. Hey everyone, this is Sagaz. I'm feeling good. Well, I'm speedrunner. I'm 33 and yeah, I'm high and I'm a IT guy. Work on a few places near Paris, and yeah. Well, I've been speedrunning since 2018. Like I think it was July. With yeah, first game called Wonder Boy and Monster World, and during years I just like change games. Yeah, three speed games that I speedrun. Well, the first one that I speedrun a lot is Link's Awakening DX in GBC, Game Boy Color. It's one of those games that's like when I was young, I just played it a lot casually. One of the games that I really love to play. And I do play the DX version because it has color, and how can I say that? It just puts something better on the game, and yeah, I did speedrun it like 2 years, maybe a little bit more. Did a lot of work on those games. Got world records in the past, not now, but yeah. Second game that I played a lot is Landstalker and the Cursed Kingdom, because it's one of it's on the Mega Drive Genesis console. It's just because that's one of these games that I'm like a bit nostalgic, and that's one of the games that I did play a lot as a kid too. And at the beginning, I didn't know which game what game I wanted to speedrun, and I was like, yeah, why not just doing games that 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 I did love to play when I was kid, and yeah, so this game just came out for me, and it's like very good. I'm Warlock or Herder from now from this game, and yeah, there's and a third game that I played recently. It's Monster World, yeah, Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, which is like pretty much the same as Wonder Boy and in Monster World. It's just the same backgrounds, a lot of nostalgia because there's a lot of Wonder Boy games on it and a lot of references, and it's like super cool games. And yeah, today I do speedrun Sonic Mania, but that's the beginning. Top 3 games category to watch on Twitch. Well, the thing is, on Twitch I do watch a lot of speedrun actually. So today I can tell you it's pretty much a lot of Sonic games, 2D Sonic games actually. The ones on Genesis. There's Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Knuckles, and Sonic Mania. When I don't watch speedrun, sometimes I watch like Formula 1 stuff, because I do like actually watching Formula 1. I do like watching races. How can I say that? Not like automobile race, those kind of stuff. So I watch a lot of Formula 1, and that's pretty much it. Like I don't watch any streamer instead of those things. I don't have anybody that I can say, yeah, I watch him a lot, because that's not the case. Yeah, it's mostly speedrunners and Formula 1 stuff. Yeah, today I'm running Sonic Mania. I was telling you this earlier. I'm speedrunning Sonic Mania. The category that I choose is Tails, all emeralds, which means like I have to get super tails, so getting the 7 emeralds and finish the game, and I can use every glitches that I want. It's pretty much like any percent. And later I will probably do something, but yeah, we will see later. Summer or winter? That's difficult. Like, I think I prefer the summer because yeah, it's the sun. It's just like more joy, but I do like the atmosphere of the winter when like it's snowing, even if in Paris it's not it's not so snowing a lot, but sometimes when it snows it's just good vibes. Yeah, I should say it's Wayfall. Easy. LA or DX? I already answered that before. DX for sure. Even if I did play at first LA OG, but yeah, DX it's more my thing, I should say. Season or ages? Well, the young Sagaz should say ages, because at this point I do get only the ages cardage. But today I should say seasons, because the speedrun is like better. So yeah, seasons. 2D or 3D? 2D, of course. Movie or TV show? That's none of them. None. I do not watch those. Nintendo or Sony? Maybe, yeah, Nintendo. Ferrari, of course. Ah. Real hardware. And I can say that today I've got a Mega Drive, so yeah. World of Warcraft, Guitar Hero, it's more on my heart than World of Warcraft, even if I did play a lot of WoW. Guitar Hero is like, yeah, it's Guitar Hero. There's not even nothing to say. Well, that was pretty fun. I hope you all like it, and yeah, see you on the marathon. Faudrait juste remettre le son du stream de Sagaz. Ouais.
Blablabla.
Ouais, moi je parle aussi comme ça.
Non, mais par là. Il n'y a pas le projecteur. Moi je veux le projecteur ici. I want my screen. Okay. So we're live? For real? Okay. So hi everyone.
Hi, welcome back to Gaffrethon.
Yeah, to Gaffrethon. So we are going to watch the Sonic Mania speedrun by Sagaz, who couldn't come here because of a now famous disease called COVID. So that's sad, but he can still do the run from his home, so that's still a nice option, but would have been better if he was with us, of course.
Yep.
We just need to tell Sagaz that we're going to start at some point, but I don't know where. They seem busy doing other tech stuff. So
Hopefully we'll start one day.
yup. So Sonic Mania, just quickly, it's a pretty recent game that came out in
2016?
was something
15?
like that. 2016, 15, 17 maybe, 18 maybe, I don't know, but it's
Maybe
pretty
17.
recent.
Yeah.
17, okay. So yeah, it's a pretty recent entry to the Sonic series, the classic Sonic series, so the 2D Sonics. It's clearly a present for the fans of the old games.
Allô.
Because it makes lots of references.
Bonjour,
It,
tout est prêt,
first world are the
t'es
same.
en direct.
yeah, lots of levels are pretty
On
much
va
the
pouvoir
same
partir
or
quand tu veux.
very heavily inspired from previous games, so that's very cool. And it was a very good game in terms of level design, gameplay,
le
everything.
Time de
It
fin,
was very well
on est
done.
d'accord que c'est quand tu
compared
donnes le
to some
dernier hit avec
origins
Man.
that just went recently, that
Okay.
went out. It was
Same year as Breath of the Wild, so 2017.
Yeah,
et le
okay.
time is
According to
quand
Link Orange.
okay, thank you, Linko. So we're kind of about to start. I don't see Sagaz because there is a big
Okay.
chat in front of Sagaz's head. Thank you.
Ok,
There is
d'accord.
the chat in front of
bah là, y a
Sagaz's
Dino
head,
qui
so I
brosse
can't
encore, mais-
see. Okay,
Oh.
we're starting. So we need to just start the timer. Timer, please. Timer? Anybody?
On a des
Okay,
problèmes
no,
de
no
diva,
timer. Whatever.
Dino veut un setup
No,
particulier.
he reset actually. Okay, you're with him. Okay.
Non mais
Take
t'inquiète,
Sagaz?
t'inquiète.
Okay, so Okrex in the régie, he's talking with
Sure.
Sagaz, so everything is fine.
In the régie.
Thank you. So now the setup is perfect.
Ah, c'est
we
possible,
can
ouais.
actually
Bonjour le stream.
do this
Hello
properly.
stream.
So we're going to play as Tails because that's the category Sagaz is run.
là-bas.
And that's pretty cool because Tails can
Bonjour,
fly.
bonjour.
It enables
Je suis la régie.
weird routes on some levels.
Non, c'est
That's
bon, ils
pretty cool.
m'entendent pas.
It took Sonic and Tails, I don't know why.
Non mais comme moi je suis
He's,
en vocal
also
avec Sagaz,
shorter.
Yeah.
ça se trouve
So
sur le stream de Sagaz.
sometimes you can avoid some spikes, hitboxes like this.
Non, t'as...
Yep. He is a bit shorter than Sonic.
Ouais,
Sonic has a regular hitbox that
Hello
is
Gaffrethon.
almost squarish when he slightly bigger, but
Okay.
yeah, the Tails no, Tails is more squarish than Sonic. That is pretty much a rectangle.
Sagaz.
Sagaz is ready? Okay, so maybe we can start.
Attends.
And yeah.
Ok.
Ouais,
Eh bah, tu me fais un petit décompte, Sagaz, au pire? Non, Sagaz.
Bah, pas dans le
Ah,
Discord.
mais non, il y a la latence, je suis con.
Alright, we're just
Non,
setting
t'es pas-
the
tu-
things
tu-
up
tu vas
because
quand tu veux.
he's on remote, so that's more complex than just having someone on the chair next to us to synchronize the start of the run. So it should go very soon. Is there a freeze? Ah oui, ok, c'est juste qu'il quitte le jeu. Enfin, ok. Nothing is bad. Ok. And thank you to run in.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. We can
Start.
start. So we begin with Green Hill, an emblem, very iconic level from the Sonic series,
Of course.
and we're starting very fast with some spin dashes and everything. So, if you want to explain.
Yeah, so basically, when you hold down and you release it, you have a big speed boost, and that's what we call a spin dash.
Yep.
So here we will take the first emerald.
That's very quick.
Yep. Basically, what you want to do in those kind of levels is you are supposed to have the highest speed because you have 3 different speeds.
Yep.
And he actually beat it at speed 1 because it makes the UFO slower. And with bounces like he did, you actually gain speed. And when you don't look at the UFO, he goes even slower.
Yeah.
So that's how he can get it very fast.
We can see it one more time. So
Yeah, it will be different. He's at Mark 3, and taking a shortcut, he immediately got it. So
yeah, there is a button which is a leftover of a debug feature that you can press. It's Y on the Xbox controller, so the top button, and it puts you instantly at Mach 3, whereas you're supposed to get rings and the small blue balls to actually get Mach 3 usually. But there you can instantly go Mach 3, so go very fast and just take a small shortcut and get the emerald. So we're at the first boss already. It's a mini boss since it's Act 1. Levels are split in 2 acts every time. So that's the first act of Green Hill, and we're gonna see the second act after that. So as you were saying with spin dashes, so spin dash when you press down, you can then mash the buttons to charge the spin dash even more and go even faster. And when you release, you get a huge speed boost. That's very cool. And we can see them more in action there. And we can even see he jumped on the beginning of a slope. So he got very high with just a jump, not even flying. And there he flew just a little to get on the upper part of the level, and then he goes very fast.
there are cool speed strat like this, jumping on the slope, on the loopings as well.
Yeah.
You have some speed boost every time you do this.
Yeah, when you're on the somehow northwest, maybe northwest angle of a loop, you can jump and it kind of cuts the loop and get you a good speed boost. So once again we do this. That's very good. That's very, very good.
Yeah, it was a two strats. Like he did the bounces at the beginning at Mark 1, and then he used Mark 3 to get it with a shortcut.
Finish. Yeah. So that's very, very nice for now. There's no big mistake. So that's a very tough run because you can do very, very small movement mistakes that cost like 10 plus seconds. And there are occasions for doing mistakes like everywhere. So we are the boss for Green Hill 2, which is the real boss of the zone, but it's very easy when you know you can get below and just jump. So that's done. So why are we even taking emeralds?
Basically, this is the category all emeralds, but it could be called any percent because this is the fastest category. Because when we have the 7 emeralds, we will enable super tails, which is pretty much broken.
Yeah, completely.
Like you are invincible, you can you have a lot of speed, you can fly with a lot of speed as well, and that will allow us to get a lot of good skips.
Yeah, very nice skips, yeah.
Especially with tails who can fly. So
that's perfect because
nice.
You can fall in the hole here, and that's very, very.
You need to bounce, but if you're not precise enough, you just fall.
It's not that easy. It seems easy because Sagaz is doing it perfectly, but it's not easy at all. So yeah. So we're on the chemical plant, which is a free reference to the iconic level from Sonic 2. So Green Hill was more Sonic 1. This is more Sonic 2, and we're taking a cool route here, which doesn't exploit too much of tails, but in Act 2 we're going to fly a lot, taking a route that Sagaz actually is the first to use, and which is the fastest one known so far.
Here he will take a damage boost.
Yep. And we're going to take damage and just grab a few rings to be sure not to die, and we finish the boss, and that's easy.
So yeah, Sagaz likes to do some rerouting work, like he
loves
did
that.
in the next act.
He's the kind of runner to always look for things. He's not just executing. He likes to look for new strats and things to do. So here in Act 2, we're going to do. It's a very vertical level. That's very nice. He landed right inside the bubble. It's not easy at all. We can go to the left and go down that pipe, and we are going to take a weird route That will lead us to one more big ring that was not done before Sagaz was running. And we're just gonna get down here, slow down a bit not to get too far and fall in the spikes. We're triggering those blocks, getting up. And we're gonna get to the big ring very quickly. After that bubble, I believe. Maybe more for a few loops. And we're there. No, not yet. My god, it's so slow. I mean, it's so long. It's not slow. I guess it's going fast, but yeah, it's always longer than I expect it to be. And here is a hard one. Okay, perfect. Sagaz does it perfectly. It's the fifth one, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there are two
And
more.
The next one is actually the hardest.
Yeah, the sixth one is really, really hard.
We'll see how it will it will go.
I hope it goes well, because otherwise it's problematic. You need to put more big rings. Because you can't retry. If you need to retry, you need to find another big ring in another level, and you will get super tails later than what you're supposed to be. And this
Here we are seeing.
Yeah.
We are seeing Tails' ability to fly, how it's useful, like in this route, like Sagaz is doing.
So yeah, he was able to skip big chunks of the level by just flying and going on higher planes. And we're getting the sixth one here, which is pretty tough. You need to get hit by the mines. Oh my god!
What?
That was insane! What the fuck? I never saw Sagaz doing it that well. It's just stupidly... he was even ahead of the UFO.
Yeah, that's actually easy.
What? Because the usual strat is actually to get hit by the mines 2 times and then do a jump. But here he just took the bumper with lots of speed and just went ahead of a UFO. Okay, never mind. Let's go on to the rest of the run. So yeah, we just have to finish the level. So we have the best boss in the game, or the worst, depending on
The Puyo boss.
whether you like Puyo Puyo or not. So
I think we can skip it with Sonic.
yeah, there is a Puyo skip with Sonic, but there is no Puyo skip known with Tails. So we don't have the music, so I can't know if it's fast or not. Actually, we can see if it's rather fast or not. But the usual cue to know if it's okay or not is to hear if the music loops or not. But here he's setting up a good dam strategy. So he's gonna break the red ones and everything will fall and connect. And it will make a good combo. But for now, he's missing the appropriate colors. Let's hope the falling blocks... Okay, that's fine. Still. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah. Maybe it was.
That became weird. Because the dam is now unbreakable. It's gonna take a lot of time. Okay, that's a decent fall, but not enough.
I think he put the block upside down, and that was a mistake.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, and now we have a good combo. It should bring a Puyo Rock, so a red one to the opponent. And he's sending garbage in order to beat Robotnik, and that's cool. We're there.
At least it's done.
Yeah, that was a... I think he's pretty disappointed by his Puyo right now, but it's okay. The rest of the run is very clean so far. We can see how disappointed he is in the cam. Sorry, Sagaz.
At least the emerald was good.
Yeah, the emerald was insane. I've never seen such a good emerald. So here we go to the left to get a spring at the beginning, which is faster than going to the right, which is pretty ironic. And we're in the first fully original level of Sonic Mania, which is Studiopolis, and it's a completely new level theme that was never seen in Sonic before.
With antenna, like gameplay mechanic. I think it's new as well.
And we just briefly saw the final ring. So we're gonna have the last emerald, hopefully. It's one of the easiest, the last ones. I don't want to jinx, but it's usually one of the easiest, so it should be good. We just have to go Mach 3 and usually grab the emerald. Yeah,
Nice.
that's good. So emeralds are done. We have all of them, so we can now be Super Tails, as the game will just tell us in a few seconds.
So
And
it's time to break the game.
yeah, it's time to just go super fast, just kill all enemies and bosses trivially, and yeah, break some things on the way. So to transform to Super Tails, we need 50 rings, and we saw that once we got past 50 rings, there is a small indication at the top right of the screen that appeared, telling us to press Y to trigger it. And as you see, now that we're Super Tails, we go way faster, but we lose rings over time. We got the 88, 87, 86. So if you wait too much time, if you don't go fast enough, you might actually get out of rings and become vulnerable again. But this will not happen, most likely. And we are against a boss that is very RNG based.
Yeah, for the missile.
Yeah, because he sends 3 missiles, 2 that are just harmful for you, and 1 that you need to hit to send it back to him. Send it back, and the problem is that it can be the first, it can be the second, it can be the third, and depending on which position it is, it's slower or faster, and there is pretty much nothing you can do about it. You just have to wait. And here it was the first one, so it's pretty cool. And we need to fly here to cut a section. Okay. So far it's a decent RNG. The third one here, I guess. When it's the first one when it's upper, so no. I never. Is it when it's the upper one or the lower one? I never remember, but it's one way or another. But it seems pretty fast so far, so I think it was the first one. And here I think it will be the last one. We'll see very quickly. Yeah, it seems way slower, so yeah, it was the first one. And here it's the last one. And here it's the first one.
Okay, boss done.
Let's go.
We are good.
So that's a very annoying boss because there is not much that you can do about it. And we slow down to just land right on the sign because it's faster to do this.
Yeah, otherwise he can go like flying around, and
yeah,
so it's way slower.
And we're charging a spin dash, and let's go! So as we changed act, we're not Super Tails anymore, so we need to grab 50 rings again before transforming to Super Tails. Here we take damage on purpose to get past this enemy, which is annoying as hell, but we can just get past using invincibility frames. We're flying to skip small parts of the level, and we're gonna get to a big ring. And there is a good mechanic that when you take a big ring, when you have all the emeralds already, you get 50 rings. So it gives you basically the tools needed to just transform right away. And so we transform because why not? And here we're gonna clip.
Yep, first skip allowed by Super Tails.
Come on, let's go. So
Nice.
yeah, we exploit the fact that the hitbox for Tails is smaller vertically, so that we can get just the right position to clip between the monitor and the ceiling, and the game doesn't know where to place us, so it clips us inside the wall, and then we can just jump to get on the upper part, and it skips a whole lot, a big chunk of the level. And as you can see, bosses are just
There was a boss?
yeah, maybe, I don't know.
I just saw a TV.
Et bonjour, c'est Cadouet. And so yeah, it's pretty funny how easy bosses are once you get the Super Tails transformation. And we're at Flying Battery, which is an homage to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, actually, Sonic and Knuckles, which we'll see after that. And it's a very cool level, since we have very big skips in Flying Battery 2. Flying Battery 1 is very traditional, I'd say.
Yeah, usually the first act is glitchless, and second act is more completely broken.
So yep, it's a very cool level with very cool movement mechanics that are just unique to this level, with tubes that you can walk inside, kind of platforms that are magnetic, so they move with magnets, and poles like that are on an axis and make you spin. Lots of small things like that make it very funny to play, actually. So we're taking an optimal route there, very fast, but glitchless still. We
Yeah.
can just get through the spikes because why not?
Now it's a lot about rings routing, like having 50 rings as fast as possible to enable Super Tails.
Yeah.
Sometimes we even go slower to take 50 rings to be able to do a skip.
It's so worth it to have the transformation. You go so fast once you're
like
transformed that it
For
just
the boss.
you need to get those rings. So yeah, the faster you have those rings, even if you lose a bit of time, you will largely get it back after that.
Yep.
So that's cool.
So Act 1 already done, easy.
That was clean. And now the Act 2 is pretty broken and pretty hard, so
Yeah.
I hope Sagaz will have it first try.
By
It's-
far one of the hardest trick in the game, I think.
Yeah, I think. So it is gonna basically skip the whole boss and go straight to the capsule at the end of the level. So for that, you need to transform as Super Tails using this big ring. And we're going to go to the lowest part of the level and fly under the level. That can seem weird when you say it like that, but we're basically on a flying fortress. So you can fly in the sky below the ship. And for that, you need to here do a very fast spin dash and control your flight, because if you spam too much the fly, you're gonna exhaust Tails' stamina somehow. And at some point, he's just tired and stops flying. So here we have to very well manage it. It's very well done. And here we have to touch some triggers. Oh, he missed
too
the
bad.
triggers. He's so disappointed. You can see it was a very good flying battery 2 so far. But the problem is that he missed the trigger, so no, it's very hard because he needs to do the level normally. Because we don't have the Super Tails anymore, so we can't do the skip.
Yeah, there are hard tricks that you can do it only on the first try, as we can see on Mirage as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a very hard trick as well, because you need to manipulate the camera to not die.
There are lots of camera manipulations
Yeah.
at some points, and
You can even soft lock if you're not careful.
yeah.
So that's why it might seem easy when you watch it, because it's like you press the jump
Yeah.
at some point, but it's actually very precise jumps.
Yeah, because this is something that is not visible right away, but usually the kill, when you die, when you reach the bottom of the level, you don't really reach the bottom of the level, you reach the bottom of the camera.
Yep.
And so here he died not because he was at the bottom of the level, just because he didn't touch the camera trigger that changed the camera to just cover the whole level instead of being locked on the boss. And so that made him die, so he retries now. Yeah, and that's good this time. So you can see the air gliders, and you can just eat the capsule. So congrats, Sagaz. He cannot hear us, but wow, there is some action in the kitchen.
Maybe Gaffre.
Maybe Gaff, yeah. And we are in Press Garden now, which is original level. Okay, there's just the TV that's saying, hey, press any key to cancel the power off. That's done. so yeah, that's an original level from Mania, which is pretty weird. It's nice, but I find it not that exceptional or
And the bouncings on the threads like this
yeah.
might be weird, like hard to control as well.
Sometimes it's hard. It's the level I don't keep a good memory of it, and you see some mechanics that are grabbed from some other levels from previous games, but it's mashed up together and it doesn't feel that coherent, I think. But many people love Press Garden, so I don't I don't care. I mean, I don't mind. It's just an opinion, but yeah. So yeah, you have threads that can just push you in some random, I wouldn't say random, but it's so precise and unpredictable that it feels random direction. And yeah, we skip big chunks of the level once again by flying, because Tails. So why not use it? And usually it's usually a good idea in Sonic games to get in the upper part of the level, because it's usually clearer than the lower parts, which are more intricate and more hard to go fast there.
Very fun boss, because you will go over the crates here and just beat him.
Yeah. You're not supposed to be able to do that, but when you're not Super Tails, super, I mean, you can't do that jump. And here we fly to the ceiling, so we are able to skip somehow a movement cutscene at the beginning of Act 2, and we can just spin dash right away like this and just start the level very fast. It was not optimal, but it was nice already. So here we're going to do what we call the TV strat, which is a strat Sagaz found while tinkering with the level. But it's not this strat, so I don't know what it's doing right now. Okay, it's getting the rings.
Yeah,
Okay.
rings.
We're getting there. I think he was just playing safe not to lose the shield, to be able to grab the rings more easily, because the lightning shield attracts rings to you. So he's letting the fire shield TV as is. It just flies, just goes very high using the roll, and he's gonna bounce. Oh, okay. He can try again.
Try.
No problem. It seems pretty low, I guess. I don't think he will try it. He tries it. Okay, bounces on the TV, and then when he feels like he's at the apex of his bounce, he can start flying. And when you do this while outside of the screen, you fly at the same height all along. So he's just going, and there he's landing on a pillar just to get to the right height. And then you just have to go on that pillar and just let him fall, and he falls right on the capsule.
Nice.
Exactly. That's very nice.
That's actually very tough because the collisions actually like are way over the screen.
He started the boss after that.
So the collisions are way over the screen, so you have to go even over that.
Yeah.
So very up.
It may look easy, but it's not, because the developers are not stupid and put walls way higher than what you're supposed to be able to jump at. But when using those kind of mechanics like the bounce on the TV, the super tails, and combine everything well done, you can get over those walls. So that's cool. And we are in Stardust Speedway, so lots of good music in this game, even though we can't hear those, but that's okay. You can hear them at home. So Stardust Speedway is a level from Sonic City, which was one old Sonic once again, and it's a very good level. It feels great when everything goes right, but it's pretty hard to just do everything right in Stardust Speedway, because it's a very fluid level and everything goes into sequence I mean, it's pretty much the same for every level in Sonic games, but it's even more blatant in this one. It's obvious, like you just chain things and it goes all in a very smooth movement, and if you miss one piece, you go into the wrong route, and that's a disaster.
So as usual, first act, not a lot of glitches, just movement optimization,
only movement there,
routines.
Yeah. And Act 2 will be a bit more.
Of course, don't worry, glitches are coming. I think it's
okay. That's not the route you're supposed to take, but everything is fine.
Backups.
Yeah, backups. I love the moment of panic you get when backupping. Like, what do I do? So yeah.
Alright.
And there is a boss, so it's trivial.
Just have to kill the animals or the enemies. And then this one.
And that's a very easy boss, as all of them, so that's cool. But after that we have Act 2, where the boss will be Metal Sonic, so it's supposed to be a bit harder, but we're gonna skip most of it.
Harder and longer, but yeah.
We see some kind of disappointment on the head of Sagaz, on his face. Is like, that was a bad start, the Speedway one, but that's okay. The rest of your run is very good so far, so... Well, there was Frank Battery 2 as well, so maybe he's losing confidence, but it's gonna be okay. Déjà l'heure de manger des gaffes. Salut, allez à quoi?
So here we can see what it's called Speedway.
Yeah, that's really a Speedway.
Basically, you don't need to touch any input, like to go as fast as this.
You just go with the flow, and that's good. So we're at the boss already, and that's an hologram, so the boss is done. Yeah, no, just kidding.
So here he's at a very precise position. We start to spin dash and release it. Okay, and then he needs to stop at a very precise position as well.
Yep.
Because we are going to actually skip this first phase.
Yeah, we're going to do a spin dash at a very specific position, just to jump and flip inside the wall in this first try. That's very good.
Nice.
So we skipped all of the long sequence where you run and Metal Sonic just follows you, and we just get to the real boss and just break.
Not an issue.
Yeah, we just don't have to fall. We just need not to go to the full left, and that's okay. Easy. And we got the big emerald, so that's cool. Oh no! The game is not finished. Damn.
Hydro City.
Yeah, Hydro City, very good level.
We are going to break the game again.
Good banger. Yeah, nice break. Not yet, but it's gonna come soon.
Yeah.
And it's a reference to Sonic 3 and Knuckles that you're gonna see right after.
Run by handsome
I don't
Wonder,
know.
I think.
I'm not sure. We'll see. So it's a water level, so it's mostly the goal is usually to avoid water, except when there are such mechanics that allows you to go fast underwater, but it's not the usual way. So
The goal is also to usually not drown.
yeah. Also,
Usually.
you have to handle your oxygen, because when you're underwater, there are bubbles, as you can see, that you can just consume in some words to just get oxygen back, and you can see a timer there. But we're gonna use this timer. We don't want to take the bubbles. We want to die.
That's why he waited, because here he will drown.
He's
And
going to die. At the same
taking by
time, the enemy grabs us. So we are
not dead, but
Yeah.
are we?
Oh, we may be, and you just see that we seem to be on some other plane of existence. We're just passing through spikes.
So basically we are in
monitors.
zombie state.
Yeah,
So we can go through spikes, as you said,
and blocks.
through blocks. And what will be very useful, that we can also play during the pause screen.
Yeah,
So I think he will do it.
right after that.
Yeah.
He's gonna count in his head.
Yeah.
You can't hear it. He's gonna count to
You
6,
can
I
see
believe.
it.
You can see him counting, and he's gonna fall at. The game is still playing already while the pause is going, and he's gonna unpause at a time where he should land on the. Yeah, and he got it. So he skipped the whole. Here there is a small cutscene that you can skip, because otherwise, if he didn't do this, he would have saw a cutscene where the screen shakes and robot thing is doing something. So he skipped the boss and everything. Just it was perfect. And Hydro City 2 is... So we're back to normal first. We're not anymore in zombie state. And Hydro City 2 is a bit different, but cool as well, as you will see. So we're going as high as possible to avoid water. And there are lots of fluid movements on the level structure, so nothing exceptional here. We're taking the boosters wherever they are. And here we transform, because the routing is perfectly fit for that. And here we're gonna jump and land on the other... yeah, because here it would have gone downwards, so it would have been slow. And we take advantage of a slope to fly above the walls. We
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
go any further than this.
With a precise jump, you gain enough speed and enough height to do this.
And here we play with the planes to be able to go through the slope we just used. So that's a pretty clever use of that. And we're already at the boss, which is once again pretty trivial. It's usually a boss where you have to... He sends rockets to you and you have to send them back, those ones.
It's also RNG, like the pattern you can get. Sometimes some patterns are better than others.
Yeah, but here we are using actually Super Tail's invincibility to deal damage instead of using the mines. So we prefer to land on spikes rather than actually using the bombs. So that's really cool.
That's a boss that we theoretically could skip, but it's not even worth it.
Yeah, it's very hard and it's not even that fast.
Yeah.
So with Super Tails, it's fast to do. With the regular... oh, I don't have the sound anymore. Okay, everything is fine.
It looks good.
I hope you still hear me. So yeah, wait on the beat the game categories. So the categories where you don't get all the emeralds, and where you don't get the super form. What are you doing with the microphones? It's making
we hear sounds.
weird sounds, like you were touching things. I guess so. I just hope that people are still hearing us. Is it good? Okay, perfect. Sorry for the inconvenience. That's an homemade marathon. It's making noise here. Okay.
Well, we are in the first auto-scroller, and the
Yeah.
last one.
The
one.
first and last, yeah. And it's
Uh,
boring because it's an auto-scroller.
But you have to be careful not to fall asleep, because if you get hit, you lose your wings.
And
And
no rings.
we need super tails to skip the boss,
Yep.
or the first phase at least. So yeah, not difficult of course, but
Yeah,
we-
the biggest challenge is not to fall asleep
Yeah.
here. Because it's so boring, but you need to be careful. It's always the same, so you know the sequence.
yeah, there is no RNG in the
Yeah.
enemies.
Maybe that's why it's so boring. And there you have a shield, so... Okay, there is still crackling in the headset, but that's okay. So, we're still doing things. And we're gonna transform.
Okay, so you can hear we.
Yeah, we can hear the Wii.
I don't know if the
PK!
stream can
PK!
hear it.
PK! Where is PK? Because we can hear the Wii.
So here we will skip the first
It's
phase
the fourth, I believe. Thank you.
by holding down here.
And
We
do
die.
we hear it in the stream? Est-ce qu'on l'entend dans le stream? Là, oui. Parce que dans le mix, c'est pour nous, mais peut-être, je sais pas. Sorry.
Yeah.
You can go.
So basically we died, but that was intended to skip the first phase.
Oh yeah, we missed the interesting part of the
Yeah.
auto-scroller. So yeah, you transformed at the right timing to die intentionally, whereas you're not supposed to be able to die. At least not while getting the checkpoint. And yeah, we just reappeared and it was very nice. And we are in against the real boss, and we don't have the super form because we died. So that's maybe one of the rare bosses where you actually have to play.
It's a bit orangey as well, the jumps.
Yeah. And he has no rings anymore,
Yeah,
so
it's a bit scary now.
yeah. Please, Sagaz, be careful.
Right.
Okay, everything is fine.
Okay,
Let's
nice.
go. That's cool, that's cool. That's a nice one. So the flag is flying, or the pole, the whatever you call it, the signpost. I don't care.
panneau.
the panneau, exactement. So yeah, it's flying, and we are into Mirage Saloon 2,
Oh boy, yeah.
which is a big level.
It's
with-
basically the hardest trick in the game here that we have to do first try, and we will use the same mechanic as we saw when we use a TV to go like to fly
Super
way
high,
super high on off screen. But here we will build speeds with some patch of sand, and after it the sand just falls. So if you fail, like you can't retry because the sand is not here anymore. So here he builds a lot of speed,
Okay.
goes back, and then he precisely lands here.
It goes a bit more to the left.
Yeah, to gain again even more height. And you see the TV here.
What is he doing? I think he failed. So he's going to try again. Yeah, let's go. That's better. Now he's going to jump on the TV
Yeah,
to get
hopefully.
even more height. Let's
Yeah, let's
go. And now he's at the apex. He can
yeah,
go.
It's
all
not
to-
over.
It's not over. Yeah, yeah. And that should be good, I believe. Let's hope he has enough height. I believe, yeah. If he missed the TV, I think it's over. Because if he goes back to the right, he goes back a bit lower, so it's pretty useless. It means he missed. So he prefers doing it right again by restarting the whole level instead of doing the level casually, even if that's maybe not the word, because it would be so slow to do the level normally.
Yeah, here you skip the boss basically,
Mhm.
and the boss is very long.
You skip a big chunk of the level and the boss, so
Yep.
that's like way too good to be to not be done.
But as we said, it's the hardest trick in the game, so
Yeah. Okay, he failed it again. It
yeah, I
seems.
think
He's pretty disappointed right now.
we're gonna see the level in the boss.
Yeah, that's the way it is. So we're still way underestimate. Don't worry, everything is fine. But we can feel the disappointment.
Yeah, basically, I think his PB is 48, 50, something like this.
Maybe something like that. I
Our
don't
record
remember
is
exactly.
46 something. So 1 hour and 10 minutes. You can say that even with mistake like this,
It's pretty.
It should be
pretty
good.
doable, yeah. So we have a boring boss here,
yeah, boring long bus. That's why we want to skip it.
if we can.
Alright.
Okay, that's done. So he would have landed right at the capsule if he succeeded to skip, but that didn't happen, so it happens. So let's go with the Oil Ocean, which is a reference to Sonic 2. They're being very loud, what the fuck? So Oil Ocean is has a bit changed since Sonic 2 because they added some mechanics where with the fire shield you can make the oil burn. It doesn't add anything, but it's pretty cool. And we're going to go on the upper part of the level and just breeze through.
Yeah, basically, I don't think there is a big skip here.
No,
in this part.
it's just that it's a very mazy, it's kind of a labyrinth of a level, just like the original. And yeah, you have to just go to the most optimal path every
Yeah.
time. And if you know it, you just have to do it. And it's pretty simple.
Mini boss.
And we are actually not that far from the end, because after that we have Lava Reef, we have Metallic Madness and Titanic Monarch, and we're almost done. So let's go, Sagaz. You can do it.
But more skips ahead. So
Yeah.
hopefully we
So-
will see.
As you can see, we're a bit in a foggy environment. So you have kind of levers that you can use to remove the fog, but we don't care.
Playing in the dark, classic speedrun shit.
Yeah, we don't need to see. That's okay. We just need to get the 50 rings, and we take the most optimal route for that. And we are preparing some good spin dash here, just to. Oh,
Yeah.
it failed.
We try again.
Let's try again. Better spin dash. It's
Oh.
very hard, this one, because you need to charge a very good spin dash at a very precise position to jump to get even more speed, and then you need to jump on the slope to actually fly very high, to jump very high.
Yeah, because as
That's
you
good.
saw,
We
if
got
you're
that.
too slow, you are not high enough.
Yeah,
If you're too fast, you are not taking the slope
yeah.
like you should. So a very precise trick as well.
And we're skipping all the level with that, so that's pretty cool. We don't see anything, but that's fine. And we land right
Capsule.
on the capsule. No boss.
Or left of
sorry.
the packet.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we die.
and we
because,
die.
we have to die anyway, so he's dying as fast as possible.
We're dying. Boom, boom. And we are in Lava Reef 1. So we're landing with the submarine. And Lava Reef 1, which is a reference to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So we're pressing buttons to open doors. We're using these kind of walking things. Well, we're not using them. Sorry. You thought, huh? But we're in speedrun. We don't have time for this shit. So we're just going through the level.
It's actually scary because you want to be fast, but there are some cycles, some platforms that falls on you with spikes, so you can very easily die.
We're starting to get in the final part of the game, so the levels start to be kind of nasty, and they want to kill you. So there are many things everywhere to damage you whenever they can. So you have to be very careful not to lose your rings, because it's a very big time loss when you don't have your super tails at the moment you want it. Here we're jumping up the slope, and we're going to reach a falling platform like that, not get crushed.
Yeah, those
So
platforms
they-
are scary.
Yeah.
They can one-shot you.
If you don't know where they are, it can very well surprise you by just coming from outside the screen, just like that.
Like this.
That's too bad.
Even with super tails, you die.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's the only way of actually dying when you're super tails. It's just getting crushed by an object. But luckily there is a backup here. You have many rings up there. It's not the first time and the last time Sagaz dies here. Don't worry. It's a very common place when you... Because he was playing a greedy strat where he just went all in and hoped. And he hoped he would pass right after the platform. But sadly it was just right 1 pixel below and it crushed him. But he wanted to put on a show and
Yeah, of course. And
that's
this is still very
Sagaz.
fast.
Yeah.
So,
Let's go with the jump, put
Yeah.
the spring and the slope as usual. We get
hey, now we are
up
used to
there.
it.
It's just the 10th time we're doing this, so you're used. But we're gonna land at a very precise spot to
Yeah.
fall. We don't need to go too far or we're soft locked.
So we have to beat the boss.
Very interesting boss, which damages itself. So the best kind of boss.
Wow, that looked very hard.
That was wow. I'm shocked by so much skill. Okay, that was boring, but the next part is very cool,
Yeah.
I swear. So we're going into Lava Rift 2, which is a total change of ambience. That was the same in S3K. So here they added a few more mechanics from other levels, like those treadmills from Quad Squadrons in Sonic City, things like that, and it makes the level a bit richer. So we have to go through those parts there. We're going to get a big ring here to be able to transform, but we're not transforming yet because we want to transform at the same time the platform is there to clip inside the wall and be able to skip this, because the tube above where with the spinning spikes is not cannot be crossed, so he couldn't have just flown and get through.
That
needs
looked
to
like
actually
a
flip.
small skip,
Yeah,
but
but
that was actually
it
important.
matters, like really. So here you're supposed to use the walker to walk above lava, but we don't care, we just get through. Okay, small fall, that's no biggie.
we are tail, so it's okay.
We can fly, everything is fine. And we're climbing up, and we're close to the end of the level actually. We're almost at the boss with those treadmills on the stairs. That's so annoying. I mean, it's designed to be annoying, but when this happens, it's horrible. And we're at the boss. Let's go. Very easy boss once again. Once you have, you have the right timing and you have the super tails.
Fun to do and watch.
Yeah.
Because you have to follow him to jump on him like this.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah,
That's
nicely
good.
done.
Nice. And we can fly to the
Yeah,
capsule
as
instead of
usual.
waiting the capsule to go down. That's pretty cool. Et salut Darky, j'avais même pas vu. Voilà. The panneau. So we're in Metallic Madness 1, which contains one of the... You said earlier that Mirage Saloon 2 was the hardest trick in the game. I think it's pretty much the same. It's as hard
For
as this
Sagaz,
as
it
a-
was Mirage Saloon.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I knew Sagaz struggled a lot on this one, but it seems to be better these days. And it's not that big of a deal if you miss it compared to Mirage Saloon 2.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
So maybe it feels less bad when you actually miss it. But there is a trick that will happen there. We'll see after. Where
very precise.
yeah, that attempts to actually skip the boss, which is a reference to not the skip it. The boss is a reference to Sonic 1 final boss with the crushers going
Yeah,
from
so
the
very
ceiling.
very long boss.
Yeah, very long boss where you just have to wait and it's boring. So okay,
we
so
will
here
see.
the mechanic.
Yeah, the gameplay mechanic of getting in the background.
Yeah, there are two planes. Your planes where you're far away and small, and
So
there is a
now
plane where
you want to be here. You're not supposed to be here.
oh,
And then,
first
nicely
try.
done. Yeah.
Very nice. So there, you just skip the whole boss. As you can see, you can still softlock or die. So
Yeah.
let's not hype it too early. You have to do a jump. Let's go.
Because you need to jump and press pause like 1 frame after.
Okay, it should be good, I think.
Yeah.
So I believe you can still softlock after that, but I'm not sure.
Let's see.
Let's go. So,
Okay.
when you see the Act 2 starting and everything's fine, that's good. So yeah, very hard trick that he did. It's very precise timing, and he got it first try, and it's very hard to try again. So that's a lot of time.
There
so
is the
that's
pixel
when-
perfect stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Frame perfect stuff. So definitely not easy.
You need to be placed quite precisely, I believe, and then you need to do a frame perfect input depending on your initial position, I believe. It's something like that. So I'm not super 100% sure. So, but it's something like that. So it's very, very precise. It's that precise.
Yeah.
And having it first try like that is definitely good. I think Madness 2 is a level designed around saxophone. Where Sega skip is it? Yeah, saxophone, of course. The music by T. Lopez are amazing.
And we saw mini tails.
Yeah, mini tails, very chibi tails, like
Yeah.
very small and cute versions of the characters, which are very cool.
Fortunately, there was not big skips with it. But maybe one day.
Maybe one day, we don't know. And we're going to reach the boss pretty quickly, just like that. And it's a boss that...
I think you recognize it
yeah, that's
from a game, you know.
that's a boring boss. And it's sending lots of small bosses, and yeah, it's pretty much this. Not much more to say.
Yeah, but nice execution.
Very well done. And we're actually pretty much we're way underestimate. Actually, it's not a good run for Sagaz because it's like 48 already, where he needs to do 2 levels. And I think we'll try to get an interview of him after the run if we can. I'm not.
But I think for Sagaz, an estimate of 1 hour would be more accurate.
Yeah.
To me, before the run.
Yeah. So, yep, we are there. In the final level of the game, the first act of the final level of the game, Titanic Monarch. So, there are very hard skips in both acts of Titanic Monarch. Maybe Act 1 is easier than Act 2, definitely, actually.
There are backups, at least.
Yeah, but it's still a hard trick.
Maybe the backup is harder than the usual strat.
It's always better to get it first try because it gets hard. So it's here actually. We're grabbing the last ring that we forgot. We get super, but we trigger.
No.
It missed. So since it missed, because the super was supposed to clip you inside the wall, just like we did in Metallic Madness 1. But here we need to do a backup strat where we need it with very specific timing. That's why Sagaz is pausing to get the specific frame to go left and clip inside the wall. So that's basically a double 2-frame window, I believe, something like that. So it's not easy. No, that's not good. Oh, it did actually. It worked. I thought it was not good, but it worked. So it's not very nice, but it's okay. We got it back up pretty quickly. It's not a disaster by any means. The run keeps going, but I think Sagaz is pretty disappointed because he always likes when he can just YOLO the trick and get it. But Sagaz is a perfectionist, so he likes to get everything right. So, and it's hard to get everything right in a game like this. Okay, so here we get up. The camera kind of doesn't know how to follow you. It doesn't do anything that the camera is that slow. It doesn't allow you to do any trick, but we are doing a trick here by clipping in the wall. But it's not because of the camera. It's just because the wall is badly, the ceiling is a slope and it's badly designed. And we killed Red Eye, which is a boss from Sonic 3 once again. And yeah, that's okay. Easy.
Yep.
But no, it's not going to be that easy on the Act 2, because there is a trick that is even harder, but Sagaz is oddly more comfortable with it than
Yeah,
the first one.
it's one of his favorite level.
Yeah.
So
It's one of the levels that pretty much every runner hates, but Sagaz loves it for some reason. Don't ask me why. Ask him at the end of the run.
so here we are in the main hub, and we are supposed to go at 4 different places to unlock things. But here we are only going in the upright location.
Yep.
And we are just going to clip, hopefully.
Yeah, we are going to exploit a weird ceiling one, just like the others,
Yep.
at the end of this section, so that we can just clip and instead of taking the teleporter and just triggering the place like we're supposed to do, we're just going to clip and get right to the boss doing this, smashing the ceiling with the... And that's
Nice.
second try, that's very
And
good.
He can soft lock here.
That's very, very good. He can still soft lock.
Yeah, so this
Oh.
very precise
That's good.
jumps. Yeah.
And we're good to go. We're having a capsule here since it's the final boss, so it's not inside Act 2. We're just going to go right away to the final boss, which is
Still called
still
Act 2.
That's weird. But don't ask. The game is done that way.
It's 2.5.
Caution alert.
This boss is not very hard.
No.
It's a bit RNG how he lands on the ground.
Yep.
But the phases are always the same.
It's pretty much, yeah. There's some random. There are some random parts, but overall, it's pretty much always the same.
You want to hit him
So-
5 times.
Yeah, and you don't have super tails since it's another act.
Yep.
So that's probably why they split it, to make it a bit harder if you have the super forms. I don't know. And so here you get grabbed by a hand and brought into another dimension where you fight one of the hot-boiled heavies, the baddies from the game. It's pretty easy. You just have to go up to the ceiling to remove some of his missiles and just touch the relevant missiles to send them back to him. And there, if we play well, we should be able to kill the boss before having a second phase where he grabs us with a hand. So it's pretty good
See.
execution, and that's a
Nice.
time.
GG's.
Well played. Can someone press the button? Okay, that's
nice.
fine. Can we have an interview with Sagaz? I'm not sure. Yeah, we can. Just put the desktop audio, I guess, and tu mets juste l'audio de bureau et tu mets le Discord. Comment? Et on l'entend sur le stream, mais pas nous, c'est ça? Ouais, on peut faire comme ça. Bah après c'est un peu con quoi, parce qu'on peut pas réagir, mais. So we're actually setting up an interview for Sagaz. Thank you for the GGs. I think he will appreciate it.
52-40.
Yeah,
Very
that's
good
still
time.
a good run.
Yeah.
That's still a good run. Especially since he did very few big mistakes
Yep.
that were very costly, but overall it was so smooth. And we still think about that 6 emerald. That was awesome. It was so nice. I've never seen an emerald done like that every time. And so, oh, that's a dragon. That's actually a dragon crafted by Isoline. So des bisous. The one and only dragon, exactly. Ah, so Ocrex Sagaz. Ben, on va faire une petite interview pour avoir son... Ben, je sais pas, pour moi il fallait mettre le son dans le... Mais je sais pas si on peut. Nous on t'entend pas. Yep. Ben, les gens vont pas m'entendre par contre. Par le stream. Mais non, mais les gens sur le stream vont pas m'entendre vu que j'ai pas de micro du stream. Ça c'est un micro du stream ça?
Non, mais je suis avec Sagaz.
Oui, mais si je parle là-dedans, il parle pas là. Donc les gens m'entendent pas.
Mais si Sagaz il a son son,
Ah,
le son du
ok.
stream, il met son micro, il met son Discord et
Incroyable.
faut bien lui dire de
can't hear his own swears, but...
I don't know if that's good. Il n'y a plus personne à la régie, let's go. Allô? Oh là, c'est fort. Salut, ça va bien? Ça va bien. Je sais pas si on m'entend bien sur le stream du coup. Juste check. Can you hear Sagaz? I'm not sure. Can you hear me? Est-ce que tu as activé Discord sur ton stream?
Nope.
Ouais, faudra le remettre histoire qu'on m'entende en fait, parce que moi j'ai plus le micro du stream, donc il faut qu'on t'entende sur Discord. Je sais pas. Can you hear me? Moi j'ai plus le micro du stream, donc il faut qu'on t'entende sur Discord. Je sais pas. Can you hear me? Just waiting for an answer in the chat. Ça n'a pas l'air. Non, mais je sais pas, il n'y a pas de réponse en fait. C'est juste sorcier avait dit non. Et vous avez pas de moyen de checker sur la régie? Oh là là, le professionnalisme. Ah oui, c'est prévu ça. Bon, du coup, je vais pas te poser des questions maintenant. J'ai envie de te poser des questions, mais je peux pas parce qu'on est pas sûr qu'on entende. Ah ouais, je sais pas comment ils sont débrouillés de la régie, mais... Bah ouais, le problème, c'est je sais pas comment ils se sont débrouillés au niveau de la régie, mais... Sorcier, mais nul. Nul. It looks more complex. Sorcier, mais nul. Nul. Bon, après, je laissais Sagaz qu'est-ce qu'il a pensé d'arrêt, il nous fait un site. Le problème, c'est que je suis même pas sûr qu'ils l'entendent en fait. Parce que le truc, c'est que s'ils entendent Sagaz, ils m'entendent moi, puisque Sagaz m'a mis sur son stream. Ouais, mais c'est ça, c'est ce que je suis en train de leur dire. Du coup, ils disent, bah, c'est bon, tu peux poser les questions. Ouais, mais. Bah, c'est ça, c'est ce que je suis en train de leur dire, mais du coup ils me disent bah c'est bon, tu peux poser des questions et au pire ils entendent mon Sagaz. Je fais bah non, bah s'ils m'entendent pas, ils entendent pas Sagaz non plus. On entend dis-moi avec un décalage de 5 secondes et on n'entend pas Sagaz. Ah bah génial. On entend dis-moi avec un décalage de 5 secondes et on n'entend pas Sagaz.
Parce que Sagaz n'a pas son propre son.
Ah, Sagaz a mis son son.
C'est bon là, c'est mieux.
Allô?
C'est mieux là.
Ah, Sagaz a mis son son, je pense.
C'est mieux,
c'est mieux. C'est mieux. Darky, s'il te plaît. Dis-nous.
Oui, dis c'est bon. Il y aura un décalage avec la caméra, mais c'est pas grave.
Qu'est-ce que tu as pensé de la run? Ok, parfait. Alors du coup, Sagaz, qu'est-ce que tu as pensé de la run? Déçu un peu, non?
Ouais, c'était à l'image de mes dernières runs, c'est-à-dire il y a du très bon et du dégueulasse.
Ouais, il y a eu des trucs exceptionnels. Est-ce que tu peux nous parler de cette 6ème émeraude là?
Never happened before.
Est-ce que c'était n'importe quoi ça?
Alors j'ai raté le truc et je me suis dit dans la tête, c'est pas grave, je regarde ce que ça fait. Et en fait j'ai pris le bumper pendant que j'étais en train de tourner. Du coup j'avais une vitesse beaucoup plus grande que l'OVNI. Donc du coup j'étais en mode, bah c'est bon. C'est bon.
T'es passé carrément dessus quoi, mais genre vraiment n'importe quoi.
Ouais.
C'est trop bien. Mais ouais, il y a eu quelques, comme on disait un peu avant avec Torsinn, il y a eu quelques petits trucs. Enfin, des petites erreurs mais qui coûtent très cher.
Ouais.
Et,
je suis allé trop loin. Je suis allé trop loin dans Flying Battery 2. En fait, j'ai avancé à droite beaucoup trop tôt. Et je pensais que j'étais bon, mais non. J'étais beaucoup trop tôt.
C'est dommage. Mais après, le reste, franchement, il y a eu très bon.
Ouais, il y a. Alors, fatalement, pendant le practice, là, pendant la petite demi-heure de practice, il y a un niveau auquel j'ai fait mon meilleur temps. C'était Stardust Speedway 1. Et là, j'ai fait le pire Stardust Speedway 1 de ma vie. Enfin, peut-être pas de ma vie, mais j'ai fait l'un des pires. Donc, fatalement, j'aurais pas dû practice.
Ouais, je viens de citer qu'on a fait une interview en français. Super.
Oui, c'est vrai. Vas-y.
Je sens qui est mort derrière à côté. So, what did you think of the run, Sagaz?
So, my run was like a roller coaster. That means there is like very good stuff and very bad stuff on it. So, I'm not happy. Because bad stuff just take the bigger place than good stuff. So, yeah, I'm not that happy.
Yeah. But it was still a good run, and you still did good things. And you were sub-estimate, so that's cool. I can eat before my run.
Yeah, but 1 hour and 10 minute estimate is like the estimate when I was learning the game. So yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that 6 emerald was crazy.
Yeah. It's like something that when I was turning, I was like, okay, I felt the thing, so I felt the strat. Normally, I have a strat that I take two mines, and after this, I can like turn and get the emerald immediately. I felt it, but it's turned great because I got the bumper like when I was turning, so the UFO wasn't moving at all or moving like super slowly, and I just got it easily. It was how can I say that? It's like a happy mistake.
Yeah, that's the kind of happy accidents.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, thank
so
you
I didn't
for running.
answer.
I don't know if
I didn't heard the other answer, so I don't
Uh,
want to answer anything against.
Yeah.
I don't want to answer.
Yeah. Okay. So well, thank you a lot for running. It was very nice.
Yeah.
But we would love to see you here.
yeah, me too. I'm like super.
So
to
have
be
a
hon-
nice weekend. We're going to send you messages.
to be honest, I'm like super disappointed that I can't get there just because of stupid disease, COVID, whatever.
Yeah,
And I hope you all pass a good day, good week. And yeah, I was always cheered for Gaffrethon, so
yeah.
let's have a good time.
Well, have a nice weekend. See ya.
Thank you. See ya.
So, tu peux transitionner. C'est bon? C'est bon? So we're actually going, okay, bah, ouais, non, en fait, je disais que, ouais, au pire, attends, on va juste vite fait introduire la run, enfin, juste dire, on vous laisse. Parce... dans 10 minutes. Ah bon? Pourtant, on a eu un masse de. Oh, pas un quart d'heure, c'est bon. Ouais, mais c'est Sagaz qui parle aussi.
Bah ouais. Bon, ça va, c'était court.
Oui,
c'était
court. C'est piqué, il se plaint, là.
Bah c'est bon, t'as gagné 20 minutes de Estimate, c'est bon.
Ouais, moi, faut que je